Hi, I'm Angie, and I'm going to read you a book today called The Pumpkin Parable. The Pumpkin Patch Parable by Liz Curtis Higgs. See that big red barn and those rolling green fields? That's where the farmer lives, way out in the country. It's so far out, the streets don't even have stop signs. The farmer grows lots of different things in those fields. He grows tall green corn and big red tomatoes, long yellow squash, and little green peas. People eat that stuff for dinner. The best vegetables the farmer grows are pumpkins. They start out as flat, oval seeds, almost as big as raisins. Pumpkin seeds like these. One hot June day, soon after school let out, the farmer planted pumpkin seeds just like he did every summer. The seeds disappeared into the ground in nice, neat rows and grew there in the dark all through the 4th of July. Early one morning, a tiny green shoot quietly poked its way out of the soil. Soon a long green vine stretched across the ground, and from that vine little buds sprouted into wide green leaves. The leaves spread out flat to catch the August sun. Someday, those little green buds would turn into big orange pumpkins. But not yet. The patient farmer waited and waited, and the pumpkins began to grow. How different they looked! Some were tall and lean, and some were short and round. Some had lumps and bumps, but all of them were pumpkins. Look at all of these different pumpkins. They're all pumpkins, but they sure do look different. This one's tall, and this one has lots of bumps and lumps. Look at this teeny little tiny pumpkin. And this one is nice and smooth and round. And they're all orange, but wait, what about this one? That's a pumpkin too, but it's white. Wow, they're all pumpkins, but they sure are different. October came at last. The sky was bright blue and the air was cooler. Every night it got darker earlier than it did the night before. It was time for the farmer to harvest his pumpkin crop. The farmer's many workers brought lots of ripe pumpkins in from the fields. Which one would he choose first? The farmer picked up one large pumpkin, being very careful not to let it slip through his hands. Pumpkins are tough on the outside, but break into smithereens if you drop them. He washed off all the dirt, holding on tight. Next came the messy part. Pumpkins are full of dozens of seeds and lots of slimy pulp. The farmer had a special plan for his chosen pumpkin, so the seeds and the slime had to go. He slowly slid a large knife right into the center of the pumpkin. The pumpkin didn't make a sound because vegetables don't talk. If they did talk, the pumpkin might have said, "Ouch!" Gently, the farmer cut a round hole in the top of the pumpkin and pulled on the stem. Squishy, stringy pulp waited for him inside. Yuck! The farmer pulled out all that slimy pulp and wrapped it in an old newspaper. Off to the compost pile it went, never to be seen again. Then something really exciting happened. The pumpkin got a new face. The farmer carved a triangle for each eye. Pumpkins have eyes that don't blink or turn away. They see everything. He neatly carved a little square for a nose and then a big, wide smile. What happened next was wonderful. The farmer put a small white candle down inside the pumpkin and touched the wick with a flame. How that pumpkin glowed! As the sky grew darker, the pumpkin on the porch was shining brighter than ever. And when people saw the smiling pumpkin, they smiled back. All the neighbors knew that once again the farmer had turned a simple pumpkin into a simply glorious sight. In the same way, God the Father offers His children the chance to be made new, full of joy and full of light, shining like stars in a dark world. I have an idea. Let's do that to our pumpkin. Now make sure you always have an adult with you because you have to use a sharp knife. So the first thing we need to do is we need to cut a hole in the top. So, got to be really careful. Keep your hands away from the knife. Let's see. There. Oh, we got it. Oh, now comes the gross part. It's really yucky inside. Whew, now we're finished. You want to see what was inside? Ooh, slimy, gross stuff. Hey, let's make a face for our pumpkin like the farmer did. Now first we need 2 triangles for the eyes. Wow, this is tough. Okay, got that. Now, we need a little square for the nose. And last but not least, their pumpkin had a big, wide smile. Got it. Okay, are you ready to see our pumpkin? Look! Oh, one more thing. I forgot the light. Let's put that right in there. There we go. You know, just like our book said, God does the same thing with us. He comes into our heart and He takes out all the yucky stuff and He leaves us nice and clean on the inside. And then when we smile, everyone can see God's light through us.